Beautiful, beautiful people, good afternoon and welcome. Street 919 FM, the only place to be every single day of the week. Wherever you are, if you're on the bus route, if you're on your way coming from work, you're on your way heading to work, whatever you're doing this afternoon, I want to say good afternoon and welcome. We've been experiencing a rainy evening, but yet still it's a beautiful Friday. And on this beautiful, auspicious Friday, I want to try and bring AI into the business this afternoon. So if you're logging in now, you're now jumping in. For those of you all that are on YouTube, for those of you all that are on Facebook, I want to say good afternoon and welcome. I'm seeing I'm getting some calls already. So let's touch base, and then after it's going to be Ask Suzanne this afternoon. So let's get in. Call it good afternoon. Welcome.
One boy.
What's up, my brother?
Did you say you're coming to work?
No, sir.
All right. I know they should have but you just doing your thing in the back there.
Yeah. I was right here watching to see. I say, well, you had called on the phone, but you didn't call, so I was waiting.
Well, no, if you hear music, we just don't take any music, so we do.
You see the kind of nice music we play for you, Kokoti.
Boy, I like that music.
Yeah. Nice music indeed, eh?
Yes. So we have for me this evening.
Well, this evening I bring in Suzanne in on the plate. So you know when I ask Suzanne does answer.
Suzanne. Suzanne, we want to know what the leader of the opposition making fuss about the US people coming here and having a proper talk with Dr. Rowley. You want to know what is your problem? That's what you want to know.
So we asking Suzanne that. All right.
Yeah, then she had to answer, she can't fumble,
Well, that is if Suzanne mightn't be able to be in the head of the opposition leader to know why she's doing what she's doing.
All right, but I hear this thing, partner.
Yes, brother.
Lego things.
Yeah, man.
The opposition leader might have a problem due to concerns about national security, economic impact, or differing views on immigration policies. This can create friction between political parties and affect their relationship.
We're going in on the call, so they call a good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Voice.
Good afternoon.
And so good afternoon to your listeners. You see, I want to thank the journalists yesterday who went to that press conference. And I want to make it clear, they're the voice. I think this need to speak independent. Some will like me today, some will like me tomorrow. And they're the voice. What the Honorable Prime Minister did there yesterday, he sink Trinidad and Tobago more down. Because Nicolas Maduro seems he bigger than the people of this country. Because what we are asking in layman terms, there's the voice. We are asking if there's a clause or there's a note written that the American troops the American could drop the troops in our country if there's a conflict between America and Venezuela. That's all we are asking. That is all we are asking. We are asking today, publish that to be clarified, because yesterday we didn't get no answer. I see a talk show was crying. I said, but can my friend Google, he's crying because the media asking the Prime Minister because he believes that the media is doing wrong. But if the media is texting the ministers, texting the Prime Minister, right? You as journalists too, you have to understand that if you texting Kamala Kosabitasa weeks now and she can't answer, you wouldn't come on the air and talk about it. The same way if I text my leader weeks and she don't answer me, what am I do? What I want to do? You see, we playing party politics with country. Between, yes, we do business with Venezuela. Yes, we do business with America. But I want to ask the Honorable Prime Minister, who brings more revenue, America or Venezuela? If anything to happen to this country or any country decide to, Russia or any country decide to invade here, is that England and America and the Allies have to come to help us? I want to tell Trump, most of the people in this country support America, yeah? Yes, the government and the PN supporters, they have a problem. We know what the problem they have, but you cannot come to defend one man, our journalists, our press do not travel with the Prime Minister. So they're blind. You know, all Prime Minister when they go there, they have a spot in the back of the plane for the media personality to come with them. We witness our media personality was pushed and shoved in a room in the capital of Venezuela when at time they went one day, about went to the Prime Minister, and the guards and them over there, they did not want you to see how our money is spending and what kind of deal they're making. Doctor only leave this country. Because what I get, because he didn't answer, because all we want to ask the Prime Minister, we understand that Dr. Rowley, or you sign something where American police, Army, Coast Guard, and we police and Coast Guard, we could work together. But we bypass that part. See that part, what he was, we bypass that part. We are asking to release it. Release the paper. Because of the information we are getting, that there's a clause, there's a statement, there's something written that, because if it's so, Newsday publish it again today. And we are saying to sue Newsday. We are saying where the people that Newsday, if Newsday printing the wrong information as a media house, what is the action the Prime Minister is going to take? If it's so damaging, if it's so hurting to the country, if it's so hurting to the world stage. Yesterday, I was on the Speaker America page. I sent the link. I went on the Donald Trump page, and I sent the link. Because for the last 4 years, I've been following these people in America. And I've been making comments and sending blessings to them.
Coming to London, Kings, there are some stuff that I want to do, so I don't want to think too much of the time.
And as I close deal, we are asking Dr. Rowley again. We wasn't satisfied what I said yesterday. We are asking Dr. Rowley to tell his ministers and them, when the journalists, the press call them, respond. They're not bigger than Trinidad and Tobago. We asking questions, we want answer. Lady First, I want to thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But the question remains, who makes more money for Trinidad and Tobago, the United States or Venezuela?
Both the United States and Venezuela have historically been important trading partners for Trinidad and Tobago. The United States is a major importer of Trinidad and Tobago's energy products, while Venezuela's economic relationship has fluctuated. The specifics of which country contributes more economically can vary based on trade agreements, exports, and current economic conditions.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, David.
Just 1 second. Yeah, go ahead. Loud and clear.
All right. I know a bunch of folk out there already. Just imagine, you looking at a country as powerful as America would waste the time to look to set up base here when they have aircraft carriers, battle cruisers, and destroyers that they can park up in the middle and do whatever they want. Like to show you the kind of infantile standard of thinking that these people operate with. Pure Neanderthalism. You can't be serious. You want to make that kind of thing a talking topic. And yes, America, remember everybody had to trade with the US dollar until his BRICS things take over. So even Venezuela selling us oil, or they giving us oil to sell. We had to sell it for American dollars. Get American dollars unless you're sending it to a country that's not using American dollars. But the basic standard of trade throughout this Western Hemisphere is a US dollar. So I don't know what kind of stupidness, but it's probably just showing the level of the intelligible standard. Right? So we are here in the middle of a rock and hard.
You started disappearing me.
Huh?
You started to disappear me.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Good. The rock and the hard place. America is the rock. The hard place is Venezuela. Because everything down there is in a difficult state. They're trying to develop their economy, but they're under sanctions. And when you're under sanctions, believe me, things get very hard. If you look at all the countries who suffered under sanctions, unless you're fully developed, you're going to pay a serious price. We're not, Venezuela is not Russia, and they're not China. They don't produce too many things that they need for themselves, so they have to import, and they need to trade with foreign money. Same as Trinidad. We have some raw materials that we can export for money. Very few commodities that we manufacture that we can export for money. But that is the way it is. But we need to earn that money to keep our social system in place. And that is what these people fail to understand. You ever hear about damming the bridge that they have to cross? That is what them fellas trying to do. They're trying to burn that bridge. Watch them good. Yeah, have a good afternoon.
You too. Call a good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
It's not too bad. You know, I hear things you say that, you know, we have been informed. First to begin, who is the we? Secondly, who is the madman that informing them? You see, this is where the problem is. The opposition leader always use that term, I have been informed, but the problem is the who giving you that information. And when you check, we don't check no source, nobody here checks a source. We jump to conclusions, and as sad to say, you know, but Lalana Singh was 150% correct. They just throw that out for a certain demographics of people, because they are the one that just hear something and goes running wild with it. And you listen to even in Tobago, where this past thing the white family say, all at Tobago, yeah, you're right. You're right. Why you right? We know. But I want to go on to diverge on that. This issue here is the writer of that story, Nancy's story, I must add. Is he going to be sued for first defamation of the entire CARICOM and then of Trinidad? Is the editor of that newspaper going to be sued? Are we going to close them down? You see, we don't behave like foreign countries in this country, you know. We have a lackluster, negligent attitude to serious things. What is the purpose of that story? Is it a continuation of what we have been seeing from the opposition, just sending letters to try and get this country blacklisted? Do they want to make us worse than Venezuela? Have you been to Belize recently there? Have you? Excuse, you hear me? Hello?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, have you been to Belize recently?
So where, sorry?
Belize.
No.
The country. Well, they didn't sign the FACTA document, and they have the tariff increased in their country. So it's like you're paying 25% more for everything more than anybody else, even around you. Right? If they put in sanctions on us, you know what's going to happen to us? right? We can't trade. The gentleman made a thing about, we just have to trade in US. It's only the petrodollar. That is because oil and gas has to be traded in US dollars. That is why no matter how bad the economy of America gets, they continue to have a strong dollar because everybody needs the dollar, and supply and demand donates that, the dollar will have to be in a high demand for it have to be traded, oil have to be traded with that. So the demand for the dollar is high, and therefore the value stays up. Now, if we get blacklisted, as what these people are trying to do, because I was basically trying to do that, cause a blacklisting of us as one, and try to break this deal with the drug and gas. They understand and they realize that President Trump is not going to stop that, because there are already two big oil giants, international, one from England, one from America, involved in the same deal. So he's not going to stop it because it involved his own company. And that wouldn't make sense. That's like shooting yourself in your foot. So they're trying to get around in another way to prevent Venezuela from including us in that deal. So we will be excluded totally, and we will make losses. You see, the UNC intend to rule over the ashes. They don't care if the country burns, because the opposition leader has already indicated it's not about country, it's about party. And if you're for country, go to hell. And that's where they want to sell us. They don't care, Neil. They don't care. It's about getting power, having access to the funds. Anything else, let the people suffer. That is what he will do. And you care about the people. As I've said before earlier, they know that they want to distract as well from the statements from the international or the Interpol, who found so many thousands of Venezuelan migrants in this country being human trafficked and run into prostitution. Right? But they don't want to do it because they're trying to create an image that the migrants or them are criminals instead of the victims that they actually are. Because they are victims. Human trafficking is victims. Different formats of victimization meted out to these people are victims. Low salaries, working overtime, no pay extra, working public holiday, flat salary. If it is, you don't get pay 3, 4, 5 weeks without paying them. This is what they suffer. They are victims in this country, and the UNC is trying to make them as criminals. So this is what it is going on, and the media is assisting. As I said, we are now come like America, where the media is fighting against Donald Trump, and they're still fighting. It didn't work. I pray that Trinidadians have as much intelligence as the Americans did, and look past the media.
Leave it there, caller. We're going to take a break.
Bye-bye.
We'll be back. Guys, don't do anywhere.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959, 384-2232 or 378-1470.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Tune into the Street 919 FM this and every Thursday from 10:25 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. for the program Conscious Talk.
Emancipation cannot be a one-day dress-up in African card event. It has to be a serious process in which resources are provided to our people to ensure they are emancipated. You cannot develop on handouts. That's another form of domination and control. When programs and policies are put in place so that you can develop economically, so that you can become business people, then and only then we can begin to talk about economic development.
Conscious talk.
Are you searching for the perfect venue for your wedding reception, company retreat, graduation celebration, or just an unforgettable party? Well, look no further. Vibes Event Space is ready to bring your event to life. Located at number 15 Mount Pleasant Boulevard, Bonaccord, Tobago. Our space offers the perfect settings for any occasion. Call us today at 394-3612 or 620-3057 to book your date. And don't forget to follow us on social media at Vibes Event Space to see what we're all about. Make your next event one to remember at Vibes the Event Space. The Event Space.
Listen, I can't look at you anymore. You're just not picking up my signals. I've tried to fix things, but all I do is push your buttons. I don't think there's a remote chance of fixing this. I need clarity. I need to move on. Things can't stay static. So, I'm moving on to a brand new flat screen smart TV from Quartz. It has more inches and really knows how to turn me on.
Say goodbye to your old TV and hello to a new one from Quartz.
I finally realized size does matter.
Quartz, bringing Christmas home.
Kingdom Health Services and Training Incorporation presents a natural product making workshop on Saturday 14th and Sunday 15th December 2024 at the Regent Star Hotel, number 118 to 119 BWIA Boulevard, Piarco, Trinidad, from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. This exciting workshop will teach you how to make liquid and powdered laundry detergent, dishwashing liquid, household cleaners, air fresheners, and body sprays. The cost of this workshop only TT $1,000. This includes lunch, a package with materials, and a certificate of participation. Give yourself this life-changing opportunity by calling 868-318-7471 or 868-484-0141 to book your spot now. This workshop is sponsored by Kingdom Health Services and Training Incorporation. Registration ends on Wednesday, 11th of December.
Oh God, call the Lord. Call on Him. Pour on us, God. Oh God, as we pray. Oh.
You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour all-night prayer every Friday evening, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Designed with you in mind, this ministry deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated and can be sent through the First Citizens Bank, account 795222, in the name of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly. For more information, please call 753-1113. May God richly bless you.
The light of your glory.
The Street 919 FM mobile app is now live. Keep in the loop with all your favorite programs. Be in the know first and carry us wherever you go. Listen and watch us live at the click of your fingertips. Download our mobile app now.
Go in your favorite app store, whether it be Android or Apple, and type in The Street 919 FM.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at Onia Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud.
Wow.
Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Venezuela reached out to you since it was published, and can you share what have been said?
No, I cannot. I will not. I cannot and will not share. But I will tell you, this would cause concern, has caused concern in very many areas, because it is not a small article, and the consequences are not inconsequential.
You're speaking specifically about drug and gas deal.
I'm speaking about the relationship that we have worked hard to foster, to tender, and that we rely on. You all know the amount of effort we put in to working between the gears of the United States and Colombia and Venezuela and Trinidad and Tobago, being a friend to all, standing on our principle. But it's not the first time that this has happened, you know. The local media has gone against our interests before, and it wouldn't be the last time. When we stood up on the strength of what was told to us at the office of the United Nations Secretary General, that the government of Venezuela is the Maduro government, the local media here, taking chain up from OS, individuals, published a number of accusations against the government of Trinidad and Tobago about breaching of the Rio Treaty. You all remember that? You all remember the Rio Treaty that we were supposed to be in breach of? And there were people in Trinidad and Tobago calling for sanctions against us, and all we were doing was protecting the interests of the people of Trinidad and Tobago in a very complex environment.
I've reached out to you yesterday, though, and I'm just speculating here. Wouldn't it have made sense to set the record straight one time? There
was no record to be set straight. Everything that happened up to that point, we have made public issues of it. This picture, where do you think this came from? Not from my bedroom. This is a picture of government of Trinidad and Tobago officials, the U.S. Embassy, and Southcom leader. And the visit to our region. It is not for me to determine what the paper writes. It is not for me to determine what research they do or what they accept. It is for me as a government leader, and it's for the government to tell the country what we are engaged in, and we did that. If you read the article, the substance of it inside the article, you will see a number of references to dates and time, and you see renewals of arrangements. Many of the arrangements that we have signed or that are in place, they are for specific periods of time, and they are required to be renewed. The SOFA, Sales of Forces Agreement, that's a standard agreement. That is what allows our soldiers and our Coast Guard people to interact with the United States people. You have to have an agreement. All those agreements are time sensitive. They are required to be renewed. They are required to be established. None of them have anything to do with staging any military force from our country to anybody else's country. None of it. There's nothing that was said there by Admiral Halsey, by Minister Hines, by myself, or by anybody in the government that we have changed our position, so this headline is now available to make news. So where did this come from?
Are you considering visiting Venezuela personally or sending an emissary to assuage whatever fears that may?
We have done and we will do what we have to do as a responsible government, and wish that we didn't have to do that. But we will protect the interests of the people of Trinidad and Tobago at all times.
Dr. Rowley, Gregory McBurney from Trinidad Newsday. I
don't find it's a smiling note.
No, just the irony of it. But
this is not a laughing note.
I know. Just to set the record straight, our reporter did reach out to Minister Hines and Minister Brown. Neither of them chose to respond.
And which one of them told your reporter that?
Well, our understanding is that the SOFA agreement has several clauses, which include one that says the U.S. can launch military personnel and machinery to countries in conflict from signatories to the agreement. Ghana is also a signatory.
Stick a pin. Is that where interpretation comes from?
The SOFA agreement.
Countries in conflict. What conflict is Trinidad and Tobago involved in, or likely to be involved in?
Two countries in conflict from signatories. So anybody who has signed up to it, for example, Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana, the United States can use either country as a launching pad, I guess. For that.
So in short, we are US based.
But does the agreement?
No, in short, your interpretation of that is that we are US based. No, so if two countries have conflict, the US can do that. Yeah. Sovereign Trinidad and Tobago will stand aside, and the US will just do that because we've signed an agreement where if two countries are in conflict, and I gather you will tell me we're not in conflict. I don't know of any conflict that we are involved in. right? Your interpretation there. And what you're trying to say is that because you didn't speak to Mr. Hines or because I didn't talk to your reporter, that makes this headline justifiable? Where is the evidence to support that? And why is it that this headline now runs counter to everything I've just said of our years of foreign policy and diplomacy when conflict was around us?
So I'd just like to clarify though, say, is that the SOFA agreement does not say what we understand that it says? That
it is not for me, for you to misunderstand anything. What if what I say is how you understand it, it is what the fact is.
So it doesn't say that
you have published here the U.S. can put troops in Trinidad and Tobago.
So the agreement does not say that the U.S. can launch military personnel.
I am not engaging in any tutorial with you. I'm simply saying you show me the evidence that supports your headline. Government signs agreement as White House ups pressure on Maduro. U.S. can put troops in Trinidad and Tobago. You show me the support for that. So and don't ask me to explain it for you because you have a responsibility to understand what you're writing.
So that is not what the agreement, just for clarification, that is not what the agreement
I am not engaging in any tutorial with you. If you think that is what it is, publish it again.
It's not a matter of tutorial, Dr. Rowley. Just
anybody else have a question?
Mr. Prime Minister,
yes,
good afternoon. In Urvashi from TV6, in that case, can we get a greater understanding of what that SOFA agreement entails?
That is precisely why I had asked whoever contacted me to talk to the minister. It allows our security agencies to have a relationship with the United States so as to improve the quality of that's why we're involved in it, improve the quality of our security services. All those agreements. In the discussion I had with Admiral Halsey, one of the main things we discussed was maintenance of our equipment. Raising with him that we are having to send our ships to Suriname, as they are now, for maintenance because we have not been able to establish in this country the appropriate level of maintenance. Also, the building of a culture of maintenance in our security system so that our assets can better be available because of a higher level of maintenance, and that requires training, and that is where the agreements allow the training to come to us from the United States. It has nothing to do with dealing with any conflict in Venezuela. We're very careful. Nobody in our discussions talk about Venezuela. Nowhere in the statements coming out of the discussions or the documents you will see Venezuela's name inside there. But you put in government signs agreement as with White House as pressure goes on Maduro, a picture of Maduro, and a big headline, U.S. can put troops in TT. And you are now trying to interpret, right, the SOFA agreement that has been in place since God knows how long. Nothing new. Nothing new. Because these agreements, many of them have been in place already, requiring renewal. The newer ones is for increased additional support. Only recently, you would have been there when the minister signed the establishment of vetted units, which I spoke about 9 months ago. We're putting it in place. That is to improve the quality of our own security services. Because if we don't have a certain quality, we cannot share in the intelligence that we can get from the United States. And we need that for our own security. That's what it is. So talking about zones in conflict, Trinidad and Tobago is in conflict with no one. And we've made no arrangement to facilitate a headline like this.
Mr. Prime Minister, whereas you didn't want to venture into conversations which may have took place with U.S. officials or Venezuelan officials, you did say that the entire CARICOM becomes concerned. Are you...
But can't you see how they become concerned? We work together in CARICOM under the umbrella of the CARICOM, the Caribbean, countries washed by the Caribbean Sea, is declared a zone of peace. That is why, when the difficulty arose with Venezuela and got to a heated level, in the context of our understanding that we are going to defend our principle of our area being a zone of peace, CARICOM sent Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago to the United Nations, while others were doing something else. And time bore us out. The 8 days that the EU gave Maduro to leave office, 800 days have passed. The American position on Venezuela evaporated in a particular way. Trinidad and Tobago and CARICOM, we held our position, and a zone of peace has been preserved, and that's where we at. And to the extent that there's any conflict that Venezuela is preparing for, whether it is with Guyana or with the United States or anybody for that matter, CARICOM's position to all participants is that we are not in support of breaches of the zone of peace.
Prime Minister, I mean, you berated my colleague here and telling him you're not engaging in any tutorial with him. I mean, can't you see how that could also be part of the problem? Nobody here gets up and say how we can make Trinidad and Tobago look bad today.
Oh yeah?
Is Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh yeah?
So when we reach out to you all and we want some clarification on something, you will
I do not accept from you that it is the government's fault why you have misinterpreted years of work that you yourself have been carrying. Because you had the opportunity to see our position in the context of what you know. It may be that you took an excursion into an area that you don't know, but that is your irresponsibility, not mine. You do know enough. If you are in the media and you don't know what Trinidad and Tobago's position is on this matter, which we have shared with you ad infinitum, the fact that we are in a position signing an agreement here for further cooperation between our entities and the U.S. entities, and you take that to mean that we have signed an agreement to make Trinidad and Tobago either a colony of the United States or a floating base for the United States, and then telling me that is because I didn't tell you otherwise?
To reach out to the Minister of National Security, which they did, right? Yes. He didn't respond to them. Neither did Minister.
So as a result of that, you can create your own story.
No, they had an interpretation of it and they back it up with facts.
And that's what I'm saying. So I would not be surprised if tomorrow they defend it and say, this is our interpretation, it's a free country. I am here simply pointing out to others that this is not so, and pointing out to you that the facts don't bear this out.
I think it also underscores the importance of politicians, that they should really respond to us a little more, try and be a little more open and transparent.
I am not debating that, but what you're trying to say that as a result of you not reaching out to somebody, that you have a right to go and publish something that is not supported by facts and pretend that you don't know what the facts are up to that point. That's what you're saying. I want you to tell me that all that I've said here this morning is news to you. Because everything that I've said here this afternoon, as a matter of fact, excuse me, everything I've said here have been with you in the public domain all along the way. Right?
May have appeared to provide for that kind of arrangement.
Well, and that is why, because of the importance of not misrepresenting it, if you don't understand it, don't talk about may have appeared. Because I am not responsible for your competence. And if you read the article, and you will see exactly what Admiral Halsey said. Before that, you would see what is said by the government. Where does it come in that this has to do with managing crisis in Venezuela? Where? And I'm not here for 1 minute trying to tell the media how to do your work or what to write to. I'm simply saying you have a responsibility. That's all I'm saying. It's not free for all, because there are consequences. You have a responsibility, and the fact that somebody didn't talk to you on time before your deadline for your story is no license for you to go and publish something so damagingly, so misleading.
Well, I guess the issue of communication is something that several of us have raised.
Yep.
So the question is that sometimes when there's a story and you feel confident enough, I mean, I haven't read the story properly, but if there's a measure of confidence that this is what the agreement suggested and there is no response, what then? I mean, what then? You sit and wait for response?
I am not going to answer that because I cannot tell the media how to do this work and how long to wait and who to talk to. What I've asked you, I have spoken here on a number of public initiatives which are known. All of it carried with the media at different stages. So it is nothing new. The situation of Trinidad and Tobago in this matter, in this situation, is not new. So don't tell me that because you didn't get a conversation with the Minister of National Security that you don't know what the country's position is. Because nobody in the government has changed the country's position. And communicating with the public, we do so all the time through you, the media. And how you handle it is up to you. And we expect a certain amount of understanding, a certain amount of accuracy, and a certain amount of responsibility. I know that I don't, it's not for me to mark your paper. But when the outcome is of this nature, somebody in authority in Trinidad and Tobago has to clarify it. And that's what I'm doing now. But I will not be surprised if tomorrow the issue is, yes, we're right, because the government was wrong and because I didn't talk to the minister and nobody has talked to us. I can tell you the amount of hours I spend in front of the media in this country, no other leader has ever done that. And these particular issues have always been ventilated to you through the media. So don't pretend to not know. And this is new. This is shockingly new. That is why my CARICOM colleagues have to ask, what is going on? Because how could Trinidad and Tobago generate a headline like that? Where we are, in fact, making ourselves available, when in fact, all along, our position is we are not supporting, not now, had not been, and not ever.
Given the seriousness of the report, is that this particular report, that there was an onus on the media house to get a comment? Or?
Well, if you follow how these things go,
even if they tried and
troops of one country, anywhere in the world, troops of one country having access to another country for the benefit of action against another country, that is how the conflicts are around the world. But we are not in that situation. We are not in that situation. We have not put ourselves in that situation. This story is saying that we have. And I'm saying that we have not. All the agreements that we have with the United States, Trinidad and Tobago's sovereignty and our sovereign position is paramount.
Well, guys, the biggest Christmas countdown is on at Furniture Plus. We're bringing you amazing deals every day. Come enjoy massive savings with up to 25% off smart TVs, 35% off appliances, up to 40% off mattresses, 50% off living room and bedroom furniture. No cash, we've got you covered with affordable hire purchase plans, plus earn Caribbean Airline travel miles when you shop with us. All Furniture Plus stores open today. Don't miss the biggest sale at Furniture Plus. Check press and social media for details. Also remember, guys, let me just make sure I have this thing here. Where is it? There's no Christmas like my Christmas on B-Mobile. Win over $1 million in prizes, including 2 BYD Dolphin cash, groceries, shopping sprees, smart TVs, iPhones, PS5 Pro, and more. Top up $40 by a prepaid plan, by a handset switch, use B-Mobile Go, pay your bill, or sign up for postpaid MiFi or wireless broadband to enter. Promotion ends January 4th, 2025. B-Mobile. Life is on. The steam is coming to Tobago. Friday nights it's DJ night and the steam is rising. Get ready, Steamy Friday, every Friday after work lime, 5 p.m. at Vibes Event Space, formerly known as The Shade, 15 Mount Pleasant Boulevard, Bon Accord. Free entry, $10 beers all night with an all-star steamy DJ cast, unbeatable drink specials, one of our exclusive Cabana specials, and take the vibe to another level. It all happens Steamy Friday, every Friday, where the party never cools down. Steam on a Friday, only at Vibes, the event space. Guys, we're going to pay some bills. When we come back, we're going to get into the conversation. And I'm seeing you all calling in. So we're going to get into it after we come from the break. All right? So don't go nowhere. Now, we have a lot to discuss, especially with this issue as well. We'll be back. Promise.
This is your Royal Castle Soca Parang hit of the day.
Okay, Rudolph, make her right. Then, oh, hold on. Mrs. Claus sent a WhatsApp. The elves are hungry. Pick up a Royal Castle Queen bucket, a King bucket, some royal wings, a family meal, a few combos, some extra delicious coleslaw, crinkle-cut fries, potato salad, and a snack box for yourself. Oh, and don't forget that delicious honey mustard sauce. It's really lashing. Okay, Rudolph, let's get that delicious local Trini flavor. Royal Castle, here we come. Royal Castle is the local something that makes it all taste better. Happy holidays from Royal Castle.
Again. Yeah, well, I come to teach all about Parang and South. Let me explain it. Well, Christmas morning, I call in my friends. Say, bring your instrument, and yes, they gather all of them. We making a plan. Who hitting first, and what song we singing, and who doing the first, cause that is Parang, Parang, Parang. Yeah, where I come from, Parang, Parang. Well, that is Parang, Parang, Parang. With drinks in me hand, Parang, Parang. Yeah, man. Well, on to the next house. I'm feeling nice. You have to leave the beer for glass, but you can take the ice. We singing one more song, because we don't stick. And well, we shake the neighbor gate with pure Parang music. Well, that is Parang, Parang, Parang. Hey, where I come from, Parang, Parang. Palo seco gang, Parang, Parang. Instruments in me hand, Parang, Parang. We hitting the tent house, it's Parang with bass, but something smelling off, we know say in the people place. When I turn around to the man on the bass, I notice he have dog mess on his shoes and his shoelace, but that is Parang, Parang, Parang. Hey, where we come from, Parang, Parang. Parang, Parang. Want to understand? Parang, Parang. Yeah, man. House number 20. Can't remember first. I cannot hear the G-sharp cause the quattro string it burst. Everybody real tight. I kick in the ground. When the man rock man, he fall down in the drain and nearly drown. Well, that is Parang, Parang, Parang. Yeah, where we come from? Parang, Parang. Is man and woman? Parang, Parang. With drinks in the hand. Parang, Parang. Yeah.
That was your Royal Castle Soca Parang hit of the day.
Christmas is coming, and we're heading back to T&T for that famous Royal Castle chicken. We just love the Royal Castle family meal with those 12 pieces of tasty chicken, the 6 yummy sides, and that refreshing 2-liter soft drink. It's just perfect for a nice Christmas lime. So if you're hustling and bustling like me, or if you just want some great tasting food, pick up the Royal Castle family meal. Happy holidays from Royal Castle. Ho, 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 ho.
All right, guys, so we're back on the inside. I'm going to open the phone lines 342-008-1466-5391. Well, I played that clip earlier on in retrospect to the Prime Minister and what he had to say. Now, I want to hear what you all have to say. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Dale. How are you this evening?
To you, my brother.
I have to ask you a question.
Tell me.
Based on the interpretation, based on the media briefing by the Prime Minister, you broke your foot. I am a reporter. No, sorry. I hear you break your foot. I ain't going to let you know. I hear you break your foot. And I am a reporter, so I'm going to write Dale break your foot. But I tried to get on to Dale, and unfortunately I didn't get on to Dale. So instead of waiting, I write Dale break your foot. This time Dale never break your foot, you know. You understand how dangerous this precedent is being set? There's another precedent that people are not looking at. The opposition leader was against Maduro. She sided with Guaido. Supposing that we get the gas deal and the UNC comes back into power, what it is to Maduro to say, I don't want nothing to do with you? This is how dangerous the presidents are being set for our country, and we have to be careful of what is being said and what is being done. I don't know if you're listening really or you understand what I just said.
I try to follow with what you're saying.
If we understand clearly that Kamala did not support Maduro, she said Guaido win, and she tried to make a whole lot of bacchanal and tried to put us in bacchanal. You agree with that, right?
Right.
We get the gas deal from Maduro. UNC comes and wins in power. What it is to Maduro to say, I do not want anything to do with Kamala Prasad Visesa because she did not want anything to... She said Guaido win and not me. And cut the deal. It will affect all of Trinidad and Tobago. It is not affecting the PNM people or the UNC people or the COP people or NCA. It's everybody going to be affected. And sometimes I feel that we're not understanding that it's not about PNM and UNC, but it's about Trinidad and Tobago. You with me?
Yeah, with you.
All right, have a good day.
You too, brother. Chini Christmas is the best. Is the best. Is the best. Chini Christmas is the best. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
A blessed afternoon to you, my brother.
They love money bad, but they're afraid jail.
Afternoon, Trinbago. Then I asked a question. Sorry about that. Is the media abusing privilege, like freedom of speech? Or if the auditor or the reporter could be sued for sedition, that what they print there, and it's the only media paper they print that, what happened to the other two? What these people really want. What we really want in this little twin island. I want to understand what is going on with the politics, especially where the opposition is concerned. They're playing with our lives. They're playing with our lives, the children, the grandchildren lives. All of we have to live here. The call for embargo on Trinidad already. Which is really going on with the opposition. And they want to form a next coalition. Watch the union. They have no right in that. They have to see about the contributor. Well, we are approaching as a matter of fact, in the Christmas season, I wonder if they go throw a little party for the contributors. Because they donate nothing in the pandemic. Them ain't no different to the UNC. They're about self. Family and friends, not about country. And I don't want to move the Treasury and Kites Central. Lockdown as usual, you have a godly day. Great is the PNM, and they will always prevail. There are no mother Africa, no mother India. This is Trinidad and Tobago, King. Where Rosia and all of them want, Shishola, what they really want. Lockdown as usual, King. You have a godly day.
You too, brother. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Here is now you see only on this station in certain programs to get clearance from the facts of what is being said in order to sort things out and think straight. Now, Dr. Rowley has to be upset because of what is being published that can have a long-reaching effect on our country. In the same interpretation, if somebody else interprets it as how the media or the journalists, how that guy did. Now, we are not in any conflict with anybody in terms of Venezuela or Africa. Why then should they interpret it that a base is being set up here by the Americans to deal with a conflict? We just try to deal with Venezuela and get the blessings of America. But here it is, the peddling. And that's how nasty injustice and you know, we always have to reflect on those who come here and spin things. Right? So I am glad, you know, that it have guys like you and others who would, while you're in the middle, because you call and say, yes, I go with that. I go with that. It's not everything that I agree with what the regime doing. But when you look at it, this is mischief. This is not good for us going forward. So I appreciate the fact that you gotta bring back that conference with the Prime Minister, and for people to get it clear, we are not in any conflict. And that's the whole story. They say, yes, we know in the agreement it has that aspect of it where if in the event of something, yes, this will happen all over. You see what happened in Grenada and Bishop Time and everything like that. But come on. So I thank you again, brother, and hold your ground. I support you. Bye. Thank you.
Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Dale. Hello?
Good afternoon. How are you going?
I'm all right. Just got some showers down here in the west. Dale, in 2009, I won in a competition contest, whatever you want to call it, $40,000 in furniture and appliances from the Express newspaper. And I refuse to buy a news Express right now, or even a Guardian. But none of them. I stopped buying newspapers. I read it on the internet. You know why? It's too much of fake news, false news. They're running with headline. I never forgot Minister Marvin Gonzalez had a meeting, a press conference, whatever, and he spoke about TNTech and the utilities. The next morning, the Express headline was TNTech going and raise electricity rates, I say, listen, man, that one took, as my mother will say, take the cake and the pan. Yeah? I listened to that press conference, and Minister Gonzalez never said that TNT going and raise rates. But lo and behold, front page headline. So what going on now with that signing Dr. Rowley signed, I am not surprised. But you know what Dr. Rowley have to understand? The media will continue to do it until he start to share out brown envelope. That is what they want. And until he do that and get them hamper, you see how Christmas, they ain't get no hamper, they vex. So they will continue to print things that he never said. Right? I listening to the press conference. This guy played back, and I'm saying, but wait. And this reporter and the next Accra Samaru, and when we asked that, and he called Fitzgerald Hines. I mean, wait, them never went journalism school. They're so fully done. Them, as a friend of mine, they said, them are journalists, them is reporters. Because that is why Justice Frank Sipasad rest the hurt on a Guardian reporter when she print the story about Adrian Leon's, and he so she tail, and the Guardian media had to pay money plus that reporter was Renuka Singh or some name. So yes, because she run with story when Sipasad asked she, did you ever see any document? No, somebody tell me. He said, what? He said, but you supposed to investigate a story when somebody give you a story or run and print it? Really? Man, they also smile all the way to the bank. Boy, these people good. So let them continue. But I know Dr. Rowley ain't getting them no brown envelopes. So you will continue, or they'll have to continue printing your fake news. I ain't buying no newspaper. I'll read it off the internet. Have a blessed weekend, Dale.
All right. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Dale, what's up?
Very cool. Moving on.
Dale, did I hear you say Susan is in the building with you?
Yes, she is.
I'd like to ask Susan a question. Susan, my question is, do you think all those Venezuelans coming to Trinidad and Tobago is connected to that dragon deal with Maduro? Dale, I'll leave it there for now.
All right, leave it there. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon to you, Dale.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Porter Spain.
Well, as I listening there, the name Harry Ragunanan came to me, where the Express was sued by him for falsely presenting a picture of a other person as his wife, who was again married, saying that she appeared on a political platform of the PNM. Know the name? Harry Ragunanan. Facts, eh? Facts, the Express newspapers. Thank you very much for allowing me this contribution.
All right. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, sorry. Like I... Yeah. Getting too much feedback.
Fires, you there?
The radio on. Yeah, my daughter now calling me to tell you to wish her happy birthday today. Her name is Chandel Richards. So apart from the politics, she tell me she want to hear it from you.
She want to hear it from me?
So, yeah, Chandel Richards want to wish her happy birthday.
No problem at all. Well, to the beautiful Chandel Richards, coming from yours truly, Daily Voice, I want to say happy birthday to you, darling. I do hope that you have a fantastic and wonderful day today. My voice ain't all that good as I sing for you, you know. If I only try to sing now, they could laugh at me. How did this go? I wanna say happy birthday to you. I would leave it there because if I go into it more, my voice go crack up and all they go laugh at me. So happy birthday to you, Shandell. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, Dr. Dale.
Good afternoon to you.
I knew you was a professional journalist. How you wasn't in that press conference? The kind of question the journalist asking Dr. Early gets in an American way. Like he talking to each other and them. You talk to God Christopher, so? His son. Mr. Dale? Hello?
Yes, KFC.
The young lady, I can sing a happy birthday song for she?
Well, of course, KFC.
I can sing for you? That you try to put me up for. I love love.
But you gotta sing to KFC. My voice gone. You still have something. 342-008-14665-391. I have a whole heap of voice notes that I haven't played as yet. Let me just play through them.
Good afternoon, Dale. Well, you know today is Friday. After boss had a tune on 919 FM. So I'm going to spice it up a little bit. I'm going to use some of the host names in the station. And I'm going to use the boss man named IWER George. So here how the song go, Dale. Google running through the cane field, he running through the grass. I bet you that you never see a fat man run so fast. Like the woman crazy, like she going mad. She take all past her clothes and pelt it in the yard. One Friday night, boy, this woman want to fight. She pull out a blade and have him running for his life. That same Friday night, IWER come home late from work. She ask him for some money, he tell she get her broke. She pull out the cutlass and run him down the step. IWER trip on a rum bottle and nearly break his neck. One Friday night, boy, this woman want to fight. She pull out a blade and have him running for his life. I gone down by TC to ask him what to do. He say that Edwards have that problem too. He say there's a new change, a change in tradition. Instead, man beat woman, woman beating man.
Oh God, I love it if day. You see, you had to forward this to myself. Oh gosh, like I lost it, boy. Wait. How I gonna lost that, boy? Which one it is?
Good afternoon, Dale.
Right.
Well, you know today is Friday. After boss had a tune on 919 FM. So I'm going to spice it up a little bit. I'm going to use some of the host names in the station. And I'm going to use the boss man named IWER George. So here how the song go, Dale. Google running through the cane field, he running through the grass. I bet you that you never see a fat man run so fast. Like the woman crazy, like she going mad. She take all past her clothes and pelt it in the yard. One Friday night, boy, this woman want to fight. She pull out a blade and have him running for his life. That same Friday night, IWER come home late from work. She ask him for some money, he tell she get her broke. She pull out the cutlass and run him down the step. IWER trip on a rum bottle and nearly break his neck. One Friday night, boy, this woman want to fight. She pull out a blade and have him running for his life. I gone down by TC to ask him what to do. He say that Edwards have that problem too. He say there's a new change, a change in tradition. Instead, man beat woman, woman beating man.
Dale, good afternoon. Tobago. What should I call a day who just called here? I swear it was an interview and I don't know that was a call. So them doesn't know other people that's had a call and then the man talking so long and it's only nonsense the man talking, boy. So the cab driver who they get stabbed up in the car by the 3 Venezuelans and them was victims? Huh? Boy, what kind of nonsense are they trying to pushing people's head, boy? All the woman's saying is that once all they involved in crime and all they get caught, we deport all them. Other countries do that too, so what happened to us? Why you must harbor criminals? We don't have a set of criminals you're dealing with and we want to harbor more? send them back home. I agree with that. You call and talk so a long and a set of nonsense, boy. What is really going on, all boy? What going on with the rates of pay that the Prime Minister and all of them getting, all them talking about that, and we getting nothing? We just getting 4%. All them studying that? Yeah? Why them have a bright and merry Christmas, we Christmas dark? We have a grimy and grim Christmas. All them studying that? Or they just calling to talk and say that nonsense when the day comes, Jed. Let the PNM know that the resources of the country belongs to the people and not to them. Because he find it fit to give himself 47% and find it fit to give us 4% and he stand at that. The only president of Guyana just gave public servants 10%. And them just find oil there, they watch how the man moving. We find oil long since when God born and up to now. The citizens and them still complaining in this country. Hey, all they come around the citizens and them, but we got subsidized. Where is that? Hey, we only oil rich country that kind of nonsense was subsidized and all the PNM nonsense and all the PNM thieving ways and them. Hey, them who thief for this country, that he don't have money to lend this country, all kind of thing. And all the talking and nonsense about PNM and PNM still, boy. But born this wicked PNM boy from the Prime Minister, they cook every one of them go right back, boy, because they're not about this country, they're not about black people, boy, so I don't care what they say, boy. But then so we do them in Tobago, we're locked on and listening, boy.
Good afternoon, they are listening to this thing on Dr. Oli, telling the reporter it's not a laughing or a smiling matter. I wish Dr. Oli would have said that to Mr. Imbert when he said to the nation, well, they ain't right yet, and start to laugh. I wish he would have said that to Mr. Colum Imbert as well. Right.
And again, I don't know what is wrong with Prime Minister Rowley. When you talking about these people and them should have responsibility, they don't care. They don't care. You don't expect anything from them by any means necessary. They want power. I don't know how come they want to burn down a house and then want to go and live in the ashes. All that's stupid. Or they don't care about country. Or they don't care about country. And the only reason all they talk about rate of Guyana, because Guyana by Indian Prime Minister, an Hindu Prime Minister. Because Rowley is a black man, and because Hines, remember the stigma long time when he's Rasta? That is why they attack him so much too. I ain't saying he's doing a good job, but that is one of the reasons why they speak so nasty of him.
I have so many calls coming in, so many voice notes. I still have like about 15, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, about 18 more voice notes here to play, and I still have calls on the line. But we are out of time today. See you guys on Sunday, please, the Lord. Stay safe in whatever you're doing. And be safe until I see you guys again, for those of y'all who join in on Sunday, and then, of course, for those of y'all who join in on Monday, please the Lord. So God bless. I'll see you guys when I see you. Yeah? Have an enjoyable weekend.
Think it over. Think it again.
Listen. If you don't see Rash Shorty, Chalk Dust, any one of them, tell them what John said.
Think it over. Think it again. I sit down listening to my radio. They say they're going and jam some calypso. They say they have something brand new from Rash Shorty. So I sit down patiently listening.
Expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM. Are you searching for the perfect venue for your wedding reception, company retreat, graduation celebration, or